Over the last few months, I've been really diving into AI programming and trying to build stuff using this LLM. So yeah, I built my website as you can see here. So this was only built by using almost Claude 3.5. I created my first AI app, SaaS product, call it what you want, that's connected to Stripe. I also created this React app you can see here that takes screenshots and kind of processes what it sees on your computer screen. And that's just a few of the things I built using this. So today I just thought I could share a bit what I've learned, some tips and tricks. So yeah, let's just get going. The first tip I wanted to share is kind of the power of using visual prompts. So let's say you wanted to create some kind of website, some kind of features. And what I like to do is I just start, you can say on Paint here, and kind of draw out a sketch of what you want, right? So let's say I wanted this home page here, right? We want an H1 title, we want some menu navigation up here, I want a text input, some upload buttons and a submit button, and I also want a video player here, right? So what I can do, I can just do a screenshot of this, right? Head back to Claude here, and just paste it in, and here kind of we have our visual component. Now all we have to do is just add a prompt here that describes a bit more what we want. So let me just do that. So your prompt could be something like, I need a homepage React component for my website. I uploaded the design I want. And then I kind of refer to the image.png, right? You can see here image.png. The website should play a video called vidtest.mp4. I will place this in the public folder of my React project. I want to call vidpage. Now create a React component with artifacts preview. So the artifacts preview is something you can add here that kind of shows a preview of your code, and this could also be very visual as you will see here now. And a step-by-step instruction to set up my React app in Windows 11 and on VS Code, please. So I like to include what OS I'm on to kind of get the correct instructions. So let's just run this now and see where this takes us. Okay, this is looking pretty good. So you can see here we kind of have a preview of what the web page is gonna look like. So I gotta say, this looks pretty much exactly as our paint drawing, right? You can see we have almost the same setup. Video player and yellow border here. We have the text input, the upload, the submit. Yeah, this looks very good. And we also get like a step-by-step instruction how we can do this. So what I thought I could do, I'm just gonna follow all these instructions and I'm gonna show you the result and see if we actually can play our video in this video player here we created in our component. Okay, so just follow the instructions. I set everything up here in VS Code Studio. Now we can go npm start and see how this looks, right? So this is gonna pop up in our local host. Yeah, that looks pretty good if you ask me. We have the H1 title, the menu, the text input field here, right? That's good. We have our buttons, we have our video player. Let's test the video player, shall we? I am someone who really likes to expand my knowledge, and I try to learn some new stuff almost every day. That's why I really like Brilliant.org, the sponsor of today's video. With Brilliant, you will learn by doing thanks to their interactive lessons in math, science, programming, and AI. With their vectors course, you will unlock the power of vector mathematics, you will master the basics of vector operations, visualize complex problems in multidimensional spaces, and even apply your skills to program a game or design a logo. It's a hands-on journey that reveals the magic of motion in the digital world. I really like to explore their scientific thinking course, where you will learn about everything from simple machines to Einstein's special theory of relativity. You'll engage with key scientific principles and theories, compare circuits to understand voltage and current, and you will even play snooker to learn the rules of collision. It's the perfect blend of learning and fun, no matter your level. Brilliant is designed to be uniquely effective, and you will build critical thinking skills and develop a powerful daily learning habit, all in just minutes a day. To experience everything Brilliant has to offer for free for 30 days, visit brilliant.org/allaboutai or click the link in the description. You will also get 20% off an annual premium subscription. A big thanks for Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to where we left off. Yeah, that worked perfect. So you can see this is a very easy way to kind of get the start of our project going. Let's say you want to create this website. Super easy just to use this visual prompting. Now let me show you that we can kind of expand on this. Let's move on to our second tip. And that is something I just called screenshot iteration. So I just want to show you how I use this. So let's say I wanted to change some things around here. So what I can do, I can just grab this. I can just do like a quick screen snap here. And we can iterate on this. So let's say I want to kind of move these boxes around. So let me try to input some stuff here and see if we can do that. So this is just going to be a very simple example. Let's say we wanted to move these buttons, right, and center them under this text box. We can just draw like a rectangle around the buttons, maybe do an arrow and some text, center buttons under text box. And if we do like a quick snapshot of this now, again, right, just copy that. Let's go back to Claude here. Let's try to just paste this straight in here. And let's do this, please, and see if that works. Okay, so you can see we got a new code here. You can see this looks better. So let's just copy this code. Let's go back here. Let's update this, refresh, compile. And here you can see, boom, we moved them over there. So super easy to do just using this, I call it screenshot iterations, but you can call it what you want. You kind of get the point that you use visual inputs to kind of move around what you want to do. This could be used for anything. It doesn't have to be web development, right? This could be pretty much anything. But yeah, I think that's a simple trick if you want to use something, because it's often easier to describe something visually than just doing everything in text, right? So yeah, that's a small tip that works pretty good. Let's move on to the next one. And that is going to be something I call context reference. This is something I kind of learned when I kind of built my website using Claude 3.5. So let me just quickly show you what I mean by that. So you can see here in my VS Code Studio, we have different components. We have the back end of my website. We have the front end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to my project page. We're going to add some content to the project knowledge. This is almost like a RAG setup on Claude 3.5 projects. So let me just upload a few files from my code base. Okay, so what I did here now is I uploaded website.js, hackerterminal.js, package.json, and index.js. So what I mean by context reference is that you can see here, I uploaded some files from my website project, website.js, and hackerterminal.js is the front end. Index.js and package.json is from the back end. So I kind of learned that referencing these specific files kind of helped me a bit when I try to build out this. So then we can kind of try to connect this crossover between front end and back end. So create an input box on the hacker terminal where the users can input a name and a bug fix. Connect this input field to my back end for processing, please. So let me just try to run this now and see if we can kind of set this up into our previous project here. Okay, so you can see we got a new hacker terminal component here. That looks pretty good. We got a new submit bug fix function for our backend. And now we just have to implement this into our code here. So let me just show you. The front end looks like this now. We have the AI terminal, right? We have an upload image, generate. So I want kind of input field here so users can report bugs, right? So let me just deploy these new iterations and see how it looks and actually see if this works on our backend too. So we can take the user input bugs and see them in our database. Okay, so we deploy the function. Let's do npm start here and let's open up this. And now we can kind of see in our AI terminal here, boom, we have a new input here. So let's try this. So let's do Chris. It's buggy. Let's submit this. So submitting bugs fix submitted. Thank you for a contribution. Now let's head over to our backend here. Boom, we got a new bug fix here and we can read it, right? So yeah, perfect integration. Very easy to kind of do iterations both on our front end and our back end when we kind of use this what I call context reference. So I have been using this a lot in my project. I don't say that you have to use this, but for me it's been pretty working pretty good, and yeah, recommended. Now let's take a look at our fourth tip today, and that is going to be related to debugging. So let me just show you kind of how I use debugging in the process of creating this website here. So let's just introduce an error to our website. So let's go to our backend here and kind of change up the model. Let's do like a faulty model here, GPT-4o mega instead of mini, and let's save that. So let me deploy this now, and then we try to run this and see if we get an error, and then I'm gonna show you kind of how I do debugging when I run into these errors, right? Okay, so we deployed our bug here. Now do like an npm start, right? And then we can kind of head over to our AI terminal here. And let's try to upload an image and send kind of a prompt here. So we have the image here, explain the logic. When I click generate now, we should get like this error message. Okay, internal server error, the model does not exist or you do not have access to it. Okay, so we got a pretty good error message here, but what I like to do, let's say you didn't know what was wrong. I always like to try to just include like a screenshot of the error, right? So let us just copy that. Let's go back here and let's say I'm working on my website project and I have a bug. I have provided all the information I found about the issues here. So we can paste in a screenshot here. I also like to go here. Let's go to inspect console. Okay, so we got some errors here. Maybe it's not related, right? We have an error processing a request here. Other than that, doesn't look too bad, but we can just copy this, right? And let's just copy this. I can paste this in. Console error, right? Paste in that. And do like a Firebase logs. Firebase function log errors. Then we can go to our terminal. We can stop this. We can do like a Firebase, I don't know, functions log. I'm trying to grab the what went wrong in here. So I'm just gonna grab all of the information here, right? So error processing request, blah blah blah. We grab all the log files. I paste in that. And can you help me fix the issue? Right? And let's see if we can get some help here now. Of course, this is a very simple error to fix, right? So here you can kind of see, open your index.js file, look for the OpenAI API call, replace the model name GPT-4 Mega with a valid model name such as GPT-4 3.5 Turbo or GPT-4. Here's an example how your corrected code might look like, right? Okay. Save the file, redeploy, and you should be good to go. So yeah, this is kind of how I used as much information as I can gather when I do debugging. That sounds pretty obvious, right? But it's easy to just copy in some simple error message and just say fix this. But I found out if the more context I can provide around my issue, the easier the LLM can help me debug. Pretty obvious, but yeah, works like a charm, if you ask me. So that was just a few tips, what I've learned so far by developing using LLMs. I got a bunch more, but I think this is enough for this video. Go to my website, join my AI Engineer newsletter if you want to do that. You have to be able to answer these 3 questions to be able to submit, but I think most of you can solve this quiz here. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this, hope you learned something. Like I said, I got a bunch of more tips I want to share, but that's gonna be in another video. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again soon.